Hey guys, it's Peyton, and today I'm starting off a new reading vlog. This is going to be a 24-hour readathon, and it is 10 minutes after midnight, so it's an exciting moment in history for the Peyton Reads channel. It's really not history. I've done this before, I think like a few times. My brain kind of hurts. I've had like a headache all day. I have migraine problems. It's a thing that I have, but it's not too bad, so I'm still able to speak and talk to you. So it's gonna be okay. Me and my friend Zach are once again doing another 24-hour readathon. I saw him and we went book shopping today, and then we randomly decided at midnight that we were going to do some reading and try our best to read as much as possible for a 24-hour period. So that's what we're doing, and one of the books we're actually both going to be reading. It just ended up being that way. He bought the book today, and it's the book I'm currently reading, and that is Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Ayimide. I definitely mispronounced that, so I'm super sorry about that. This is something I'm so excited about because one, it's getting raving reviews, and the premise is just so interesting, and I'm like 100 pages into it, and I'm just super excited about it. And I pre-ordered this book. Well, I asked for it for my birthday. My mom pre-ordered it, and like I got the pre-order incentives and shit. I got the signed book plates, and I got some character cards, so I'm using it as a bookmark, one of the character cards, and it's so beautiful, this artwork, so I had to use it as a bookmark pretty much. This is described as like a Gossip Girl situation, but I never watched Gossip Girl, so it's reminding me as a Pretty Little Liars situation. It's a high school filled with really rich kids. You can already imagine a lot of bad situations ensuing from that. It seems to be the only two black kids in this high school filled with rich kids. One day, this anonymous text message person called Aces starts texting the whole school terrible, revealing shit about these two main characters right here, Devon and Chiamaka. I might be mispronouncing her name. I forgot to look up how to pronounce her name. They are pretty much attacking them and exposing like all of their secrets to the whole school. It's definitely like sort of a Pretty Little Liars vibe, and I'm currently rewatching Pretty Little Liars, so this book came out during a perfect time for me because Pretty Little Liars is such a trash show, but I grew up on it, so like it's just such a fun, nostalgic thing for me, and the whole idea behind Pretty Little Liars is just so much fun. Even if it is such a badly written show, it's just like so much fun because it's so mysterious, and like it's just such a thrilling show. But this might actually be a really well done version of that show. I think this is gonna go well. Like so far, I'm really excited to see how this goes, and these two characters don't really talk to each other at this point, so far they don't talk to each other, but they're both being targeted, so I'm assuming at some point these characters are gonna join up and try to get together and like defeat this stupid anonymous texter because, you know, they're being targeted. You know, there's a few other students that are getting backlash too, but it's mostly them two, and it's just like, you know, something's weird here. So they need to put an end to this soon. And also, they are, at least Devon is gay. I don't know about her, but we do have a gay character right here. So that is nice to read about too. There is a forced outing situation, so that's not fun to read about, but just warning you if you are not wanting to read about that. But I'm super excited to read more of this, so this is a priority for me to read in this readathon, and this is probably what I'm going to read tonight. And it's already 12:16, so I'm probably not going to stay up for too long right now because my head has been hurting all day and it just hasn't gone away, and I'm kind of like having trouble talking right now, so I need to like probably shut up soon. You know, I'll probably go to bed from 1 to 2, and I'm just going to try to make as much progress in Ace of Spades as possible. I'm on page 112, so I'm thinking like getting to at least like page 200, 250-ish maybe. We're gonna see if I can do something like that. So the other books that I'm hoping to read Possibly. We will freaking see. Like, I was not expecting to do this freaking tomorrow, or I guess today. An easy one that I could do is Heartstopper Volume 4 by Alice Oseman. This is a graphic novel, so this could be knocked out in an hour. I literally could read this right now, and it would be such an easy and sweet and fun read, because one, is a series that I've been reading, and I just got it in the mail yesterday. I've been waiting a month for this, pretty much. Like, I've been waiting a hot minute for this. I really love this series. It's just such a heartwarming read for me. I literally just love these two characters. It's about two boys who go to this all-boy school, and they're friends first, and then they just slowly start to develop feelings for each other. And Charlie is gay, and Nick starts to like learn that maybe he's bisexual, and you know, you just see them explore their sexualities and their friendship to romance situation. But it also deals with a lot of hard topics, and there's like trigger warnings listed at least in these UK copies, because I have the UK editions. I just love this series so much, so I'm super excited to read this volume, and it literally could just be such a quick, nice, cozy, happy read. I mean, it might be sad, I don't know, because there's some tough topics talked in here, but normally it's well done. These two characters belong together. They're just such a sweet couple. I love them so much. The next book that I'm hoping to possibly read is The Sky Blues by Robbie Couch. I've seen a lot of really great reviews, and I actually bought this book today, so this is such a random thing that I picked up today, and you know, it's an impulse buy. Zach has a discount at Barnes & Noble because he works there. So he gave me the discount, and, you know, he told me to read this book. I don't know if he's read it or not, but he told me to read it, and he told me to read it for this readathon. So, you know, I'm doing what he's telling me to do. I'm not entirely sure what's going on in this book, so I might have to just dive in. I know this is highly compared to Love, Simon, and the author of freaking Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda / Love, Simon blurbed this book. For some reason, For some reason, Tyler Oakley blurbed this book. And, you know, Tyler Oakley was that YouTuber from 20 million years ago. He still posts to this day. And I used to love him. Like, I feel like we all used to love him. And then we just stopped watching his YouTube channel. You know, I feel bad. His channel's kind of dead now. But, like, it's so random because he wrote that YouTuber book a million years ago. And now he, like, blurbed a book. I mean, I guess you can blurb a book because I guess you did write a little YouTuber book, but it's just so random. The reviews on this has just been so great that I'm just like, whoa. I'm very intrigued to see what this is all about. I guess it's probably a coming of age queer story, and I just love this cover. It like speaks to me because I love unicorns, anything unicorn related. I just always buy it. So this little sweatshirt with the unicorn thing, like I just love it. I think I might wait to explain this book whenever I start reading it. I kind of need to shut up and actually start reading. It's already 21 minutes into the readathon. Also, I'm currently reading an audiobook, So Cool for the Summer by Dahlia Adler. I've already like been reading this one. I'm like 30-something% through. I like have it on a faster speed, so I only have like 2 hours left because of how fast I listen to it. I'll probably keep listening to it and possibly finish it tomorrow as well. And I have a whole bunch of audiobooks from my library checked out, so I could possibly listen to more of those. And this one is about a girl who had a summer fling with a girl at the Outer Banks, and then she came home from the summer. She's had a crush on this guy for years at her high school, and he's finally interested in her this year when she comes back to her school. But oh no, the girl from the summer at the beach is at her school now. So it's kind of like a Grease inspired thing, and I've never watched Grease, but apparently it's Grease related. But so far I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm liking it because we're getting the flashbacks with the girl from the summer, and we're seeing how, like she actually has a lot of feelings for this girl, and the guy of her dreams that she's been wanting for so long, she might not actually want this guy anymore because she really liked this freaking girl. And I just love this cover. I've been wanting this book, but when I saw that the audiobook was on my library, I thought I might as well listen to it instead of just buying it. And you know, I can buy a copy if I love it enough. Now I need to actually go read. Wish me freaking luck. Hey everyone, it is the next day. It is around like 10:40. I woke up at like 9 though, so I could have been reading this whole time, but no. And like, my whole chair is a mess now, so oops. Last night I read like 140-ish pages more of Ace of Spades. I was already like 100 pages into it. I just continued on, and now I'm on page 252, and I'm really enjoying this book. You can tell because I have a bunch of tabs in here. I'm loving it. It's dual perspectives so far. I am like having a fun time because there's 2 different romances developing. Both of them are gay, so I'm like, ooh, you know, like Pride Month. So it's a fun freaking time right now. One, it's just scary because it is a thriller book, like it's a high stakes thing, and it is reminding me of Pretty Little Liars. And I did see in the acknowledgements that it did mention both Gossip Girl and Pretty Little Liars, so it definitely seems to be inspired by that whole vibe. I enjoy that because that's like shit that I grew up watching. Not Gossip Girl, but like I grew up being obsessed with that whole idea of Pretty Little Liars, and like it's just so scary knowing that you're being watched and like every little thing that you're doing could be used against you, and like someone's stalking you. Like that's terrifying. These 2 characters are being targeted. It's just so scary to think about, but also they're being targeted because they're black, and you know, they're realizing that because like they're the only 2 black kids at their school. Like it's pretty clear that that's probably highly the reason behind it. And also I'm starting to figure out, like, there's a character that looks pretty obvious to me to be the person behind it, because like there's just some clues in here, and I'm like, I really hope it's not the person, because like it's just too obvious. But I'm like, also, I don't want it to be any of the characters that I'm liking, like any of the side characters, like the romantic interests. I'm like, I'll be really sad if it's one of those people because I like them and like I'm shipping them with our main characters. And that would really suck if I'm invested in the romances and then we find out that they betrayed them. Because it's more than just betrayal. Like they're literally like racially targeting you, you know? Like that's not really something you can forgive. I would be really sad because I think what we got going on here is freaking cute. I really have only like 160 pages left, and I went to bed at 3 and somehow I woke up at 9, and normally I would be like way too tired to wake up at 9, so I might like shower and like get into reading and try to finish this all in one sitting, and then after that maybe I'll work on my audiobook and my graphic novel, and then the rest of the day I'll try to jump into the Sky Blues and just try to see how much I can get into that. But I think the graphic novel and finishing the audiobook is probably pretty doable because I'm already like halfway through the audiobook, and the graphic novel like will probably only take an hour to read. It'll be pretty short. So I think this is probably going to be doable, and this book is just so good. Like the chapters are short, it's just flowing really well, and since it's just such an interesting read, and the characters, I'm loving both of them. They're both very different. Like the boy, Devon, he's a very artsy type of guy, and the girl, she is more of like a sciencey like type of person, more of a math type of girl. She is more of like the queen bee type girl. Like she is the ruler of the school. Normally I wouldn't like that type of person, but we're like diving deep into why she is the way she is, like why she has worked up to the top of the popularity chain. Like she is wanting to be at the top for a reason, and you know, I'm really liking her character. I think she's so cool. Oh, this picture of her is just absolutely gorgeous. So I need to show you the other pictures. There's this picture, it's like the creepy like Aces picture, I'm assuming the creepy person that's stalking them. So I think this is Devon. This might be Terrell, which is Devon's love interest currently, because he does have an alien hoodie. Cute. So this is Aces, that creepy bitch. Well, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm probably gonna shower and then jump into reading. I'm gonna light a candle. It's gonna smell really good in here. so I just got to part 3 of Ace of Spades, and I just wanted to update real quick because holy freaking shit. So it's page 271. I'm feeling like there's a shift. Like, this is taking a turn from, this is not just fun and games anymore. This is getting really scary. Like, it was already scary. Like, someone is really threatening these 2 characters. But now, I'm really freaked out. Like, this is getting terrifying. Certain things was just revealed that I'm just like, ooh. Like, this is scary, and I literally have nothing else to say other than that. I just, like, this is getting so freaking juicy, and I'm like, yikes, like, absolute yikes. Something is about to go down, and I'm about to go on a roller coaster. Like, the last 100 or so pages, I feel like is gonna be so insane. So I feel like just because I finished part 3, or like I'm about to start part 3, I feel like I'm starting the beginning of something insane, and I'm just letting you guys know something could be really bad. I'm really scared because like this just took a swift turn of like, bitch, these people might really want to hurt you. Like, they're not just like bullying you. Like, these people are really scary. They really are after you for whatever freaking reason. Yeah, I'm really terrified for these characters. I really like these characters. Also, I'm not sure if this is a standalone. Hey everyone, it is, what time is it? It's like 5, and I just finished Ace of Spades. I have so many tabs in here, and I give this a 5 stars. Like, this book was so freaking good. Like, I really freaking loved this book. I wrote in my 1-sentence Goodreads review that this book is everything I love in a book wrapped up in one, with so many important messages involved as well. And I just individually loved and cared for these 2 characters so much and deeply. Their friendship that we developed throughout, like, was just so beautiful and heartwarming, and like, I cared more about their friendship, like, than the romances or anything else that was going on, because like they're just so sweet, and like, you know, the terrible shit that was going on, they deserved to have a little bit of a friendship together. Like, they needed some love or something happy. Chiamaka, she has never really had a good friend. She is that popular girl that's always just been in a popular girl group where they're all just using each other. So none of them have ever really trusted each other. She's never really had a good friend like that. Devon actually starts becoming a true friend for her, and there's like a line where like he just grabs her hand and squeezes it, and she's like, wow, I feel safe with him, like, this is my friend. And I'm like, oh my god, y'all are so sweet. I'm realizing I also like this freaking situation where we have dual perspectives, and where they're friends and they also have like side relationships romantically with other characters. Normally I read books where it's dual perspectives and they have a romantic relationship together, but this was kind of fun where it was more where these 2 characters were friends and then they kind of had romantic shit going on the side with different people. I'm not gonna spoil you for all the shit that went down, but it was some crazy shit, and I do not think there is going to be a sequel by the way that this ended, because there was like an epilogue. It does seem like it all wrapped up. I think this was just a phenomenal read in itself. You know, it's such an important read as well. Like, it really hits home the message of like just how shitty the freaking world is. And I read the author's note just talking about how this is like a global issue, and how she made sure to like not set this in a specific place, because just making sure people know, like, this is something that happens everywhere. Like, people are freaking shit people everywhere. But like, it's great when you have a book with some amazing messages, but when you really deeply fall in love with the characters and you're just here for them and you just connect with them on a deep level and you're just like really rooting for them, it's on a different level. So that's why it was a 5 stars, because like, obviously I'm supporting the messages, but these characters, like, I just fell in love with them. Now I need to figure out what I'm gonna read next. I could either do my audiobook and like listen to the last like 2 hours of that, or I could just try to knock out this Heartstopper volume, because it wouldn't take that long. So I don't really know what I'm reading next. Hey everyone, it just got past midnight. I'm sorry I didn't update again earlier. I was going to, but my house was really loud. So I wanted to update on how I did finish my audiobook, Cool for the Summer by Dahlia Adler. I finished this earlier in the day, and I ended up not really knowing what to rate this book at first. I was in between a 4 to a 5 star. I was like, wait, like I really enjoyed my time with this book, the exploring the sexuality and everything. Like I enjoyed their relationship, and like everything about this book was just really enjoyable to me, and I didn't really hate or dislike anything about this book. So I was like, okay, if I'm in between a 4 and 5, just give it a 4.5 for now, and if I ever reread it or something, we'll figure it out. I love this cover so much. So this is one of those books that if I ever see it for a good price, I really want to own this book. Like I want to own this book so bad, since I did really enjoy it and I enjoyed the romance. I just really loved the main character and how she loved romance novels, and she loves to write romance novels too, and you know, she's just exploring herself. And I love how we got to see her summer, the past. We had like 2 different timelines. We got to see this summer she spent with the girl, but we also had the timeline of the now during the school where she was figuring herself out. Her and the girl were no longer in the summer, and they're like now not really liking each other, and now it's kind of weird and everything's awkward, and now she's dating the guy of her dreams that she's been obsessed with for years, but now she may not like him anymore. It's so weird. Everything about this was a lot of fun. When you think of this title, you think of the song by Demi Lovato, and the title is actually inspired by the song by Demi Lovato. That was actually funny to find out while reading it. I definitely think that this is one to recommend. Like, I'm really hoping to push this book on my friend named Brittany. Like, Brittany, will you freaking read this book? Because I think you're gonna like it. No, my camera is dying. Are you kidding me? I have a battery. It's gonna be okay, everybody. Yeah, I'm really trying to get my friend Brittany to read this because it's a cute romance. Demi Lovato fans, the two characters. The main character works as a barista in a bookstore. She is a writer of romance novels. She loves romance novels, and the 2 girls bond over romance novels. I mean, kinda. You know, like, I feel like she might like this book, so I'm recommending it to you, Brittany, if you're watching this video. Right after I finished up this audiobook, I did have my boyfriend come over, and I did start reading some of Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I started it a little bit before he got here, and I then finished the whole book. He was reading some of his, it was like a novelization or something. He's been reading a lot of mangas, but he was reading like a novel version of one of his anime mangas, something. If he was here, I'm sure he would tell you. But this book I absolutely loved. 5 stars. We are having such a good moment in this vlog right now. Like, all of my books have been so amazing. Literally having a good freaking time. And I already knew I was gonna love this and it was gonna be a 5 stars, because all of the other volumes I've given a 5 stars to, because they just are so heartwarming. And even though these volumes deal with hard topics sometimes, and you know, this one especially really dealt with hard topics and really dove into this volume, it still had its heartwarming moments where these 2 characters just stopped my heart. But they also broke my heart. And the way I relate to these characters in ways that, like, I don't have these specific mental health issues, but I still have ways to deeply relate to these characters. Just specific life situations I have experienced, I am relating to them and the life situations that they're in right now. Like, I am relating specifically to Nick. Like, this character, this little bean right here, he is everything to me. Like, I love both of them so much. Nick and Charlie are amazing, but Nick especially, like, every single volume, like, everything he's going through is just something I can relate to so freaking deeply. And this one, once again, just what he's going through is something like, I'm like, wow, like, this speaks to me on another level. Like, I really know how he feels right there. This volume really goes into an eating disorder that this character Charlie is dealing with. So definitely, if you can't read about things like that, definitely don't dive into this volume. It's really hard watching a loved one go through anything like that, and Nick is dealing with that and just struggling to figure out how to help him. And you know, he wants to help him in any way he can, and he's just trying to figure out how to do that. And oh my god, my mom is seriously starting to do dishes at midnight while I'm filming. Just every time I'm filming, she does the dishes. It never fails. Why is she awake on a Thursday at midnight doing the dishes? I don't know, guys. I really don't know. But just watching anyone you love going through a difficult time, you know, ends up being a difficult time for you as well. It's really hard seeing someone you love struggle. And wow, I just love these two so much. They're just such a beautiful couple. I cannot wait for this freaking series to become the Netflix show, because it is being adapted into a Netflix show, and I'm pretty sure Alice Oseman is like heavily a part of it. I don't know if they're like writing the script or something. The cast is like all teenagers, so it's super freaking exciting. Like, it seems like the show is gonna be like legit a really good show. I literally was squealing at the end, like flailing. Those are all the books I read. I did read like literally 2 pages of The Sky Blues by Robbie Couch, and it was like at 10 o'clock or like 11, and my boyfriend was reading, and you know, I just been reading all day. I had Ace of Spades, you know, I just been reading all day, and it just got to the point where I was, you know, I'm done. My head kind of hurts, you know, I'm just over it. It's okay. Like, I read 3 books. I think I'm good. I don't really need to do any more. I was doing a 24-hour readathon with my friend Zach, and he was supposed to be vlogging and doing it with me, but I think he flopped. I'm so sorry, but if he did vlog it, I'll link it down below. I'm really excited with everything that I read though, because I did read so freaking much. I know, like, I was already like started with Ace of Spades and Cool for the Summer, and this was a graphic novel, so like I know I had like a head freaking start, but I still had a really good reading day, so leave me the frick alone. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I had a lot of fun today, and I'm ready to end the vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know if you read any of these books before. I loved them. They were so freaking good. I highly recommend everything that I read today. You need them in your life. Like, trust me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like it, comment down below. Have a good day. Please subscribe. Make sure to follow all my social medias, which are linked down below. And go click the bell button, which is right by the subscribe button, which you should have already clicked. And goodbye.